Hi there, I'm Ngozi. Being a mom and then building a business or a career can be hectic. You know, sometimes you spend long hours working from Monday to Friday, and on the weekend when you think you can catch your breath, you're either doing laundry, cleaning the house, or you're in the kitchen like I am, preparing food for the week ahead. It's intense. Now, all of that doesn't hold a candle to what it feels like to raise a child with special needs. We will be talking about what it feels like raising a child with special needs, with a focus on Patrick's Speech and Language Center.
A lot of times I feel my story has been told so many times that I begin to sound like a scratch record. It's because of my son, of course. He's now 17, going on 18. At 2, he didn't have speech, and we were worried about what the challenge was. And eventually, we met a doctor after so many visits to the hospital, telling us that I think he has autism. And that was where the journey began.
The entry point in Patrick is assessment. When we have a new child, the first thing we do is to assess the child, to know the challenges, to know what we are dealing with. So the aftermath of the assessment will let us know if it's severe or mild. And that one will tell us if a child needs to come on a daily basis or twice in a week or 3 times in a week or even after school. So after the assessment, if you now enroll a child, the next thing we do is to draw a plan. Each child has their own plan. So the plan comprises of all the challenges the child has and then what can be done to rectify it, to correct it. So from one-on-one to the group classes, because when a child comes, he goes straight to the group class. Then the one-on-one people will come and pick him. You know, we have behavioral therapists from one-on-one, we have occupational therapists, we have speech therapists. So those people, then we have music therapy. So those people will come, then they will work with the child according to the plan they have for the child. In this field, it's not like a mainstream school where we have a very rigid curriculum. Everything here has to do with how the child learns, because we have to look at a child learning pattern before we introduce our own teaching techniques. Without that, you get many things wrong, because you'll be wasting your time, you'll be wasting the child's time, you'll be wasting the parent resources. The first thing to do is, how does a child learn? So we have different angles that we look at that before we now derive, okay, this is where we're going to teach a child.
Micah, it's not your turn. What other guy is this? This one? This one? Let's spell it again. This one? Look after yourself with that. Right arm. That's the first letter. Spell it. Good. Now write R first.
We don't take graduates. We try not to take graduates. The reason is this: they want something more. So they always use us as a stopgap. So we actually go further. We look for people that have masters, that have gone, okay, this is the field I'm in, I want to know more. They tend to stay. So we take people with masters and we take NCE graduates, those that have special education background, and we train them in the field of autism.
I'm Eniola and I'm a speech therapist. Well, I did my BSc in psychology, and as part of my program we had to do an internship, and I did mine. I just happened to do mine at a Center for Children with Autism, which was in Boston, and that was my first exposure to autism, and I thought it was really fascinating and all of that. So I went for some more training in different kinds of therapy to work with children with autism. And so yeah, I did that for a couple of years, worked with children with autism behavior-wise. And then I came back to Nigeria, and then there was sort of a gap, not a lot of speech therapists, and so I went to school to do my master's in speech therapy, which is what I'm practicing now. Is this one soft? No. It's not soft, good girl. So put it there. What about the baby? Baby soft? She's not soft. It's not a good girl. It's soft. And Teddy, is Teddy soft? Wait. Squeeze Teddy. Is she squeezable? Squishy. She's soft. Speech therapy is just basically therapy to help people communicate. So it looks different for different populations. So in the population of autism, speech therapy is kind of like, we have a lot of children who are supposed to be talking, who have not yet acquired language. So speech therapy is helping them to acquire language. And some of them have not acquired language for many years, and then they need functional ways of communicating. So we're helping children to communicate even if they don't have language. So you can, there's so many different kinds of technology these days. There's the iPad that has, they call it an alternative means of communication. So using the iPad to speak for you, or using sign language, or using books to communicate. So yeah, we're just dealing with people communicating. Is someone laughing? That's okay, boss. What about when they're crying? Good work, boss. Enough, don't cry too much. Show me someone is washing their hands. Good girl. Let me see.
We are talking about the functional life skills. Then for those children, we have those ones that have the strength, that will build on their strength. We have some that what they need to do now is how to manage their life, how to be independent. So in that area, we are looking at activities of the daily living skills, how to take their bath, how to brush their teeth, how to dress and undress themselves. So we have another set of adults like that.
Don't be sad, understand. Everybody has a day, the sun stays away. Take heart and new tomorrow. There's no love between lose for a day. There'll be glory and wonders that you feel. One now, keep us together. If you want to struggle to stay. Yeah, so when God told me, like children like the song, then like the song, like the dance, like voice sound, like sound like. One night he said it's free, we just let it be. Take heart, a new day.
My name is Chidima Wanajo.
Chidima, how old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
22?
Yes.
Okay, Chidima, tell me about yourself.
The time that I was a little baby, then I have a little challenge. So when I have little days in school I was attending before. Then when I finished with that school and I came to this place and I learned a lot of things here. how to train children, all those things. Then when I now finish, then they now, at the end of the day, the madam now employ me like this thing, like a staff. Then I was now okay with it.
Do you enjoy working with the children? And
Yes.
what do you do with them?
Sometimes, if they are doing some things in the class, I'll follow them to do it. Like if they are doing alphabet, I'll follow them to do it.
Do you like teaching other children?
Yes, and
What do you teach them?
and I teach them like somehow, and to press, they press like keyboard, and like do, re, mi, like song, how they make around, so like bunny house something, so like press one like to not like the hands like too hard, it's too hard, and then to force the hands like finger, then like to place like finger. All we need is teach fast way. And we just let it be. One love, keep us together.
Why we call it a functional life skill is that what they do there is more of practical things. What we think the society we need in the society is what we teach. The shopping skill is there. You know, in a real setting, in a normal classroom setting, you teach about maybe the denomination. Then, but this one they have to go to the real shopping mall. We are looking at buying things and collecting change in a real setting. In their class, they have a mini shopping where they whatever they buy from the real shopping mall, those products, they will now put a price tag on it. They will now call a child, take this money, go and buy there, collect change. So we have in-house, then we go out so that they will see it in a real setting so that when they go out with their parents, they will know what to do.
Biodun, give me 100 naira. 100 naira. Good. Let's clap for Biodun. 100 naira. Okay, stand up. Give me 150 naira. 150 naira. Ekene, how much is this?
150 naira.
Let's clap for your failure.
The area of behavioral wise, because some of them being in where it's rowdy is another thing because they might not know how to control themselves. So those are the things we do as well. Not only shopping, how to comport themselves while they are there is another thing that we are doing. Then they do go out for banking transaction because they have strengths. In that class, most of them have strength. Okay, if you can do some certain things, what about not being, at least not being cheated in future?
It all has to do with the family. It has to do with the parents. My son went through bullying in school, and during his time, I told him that I can't come to your school at every point in time to come and fight everybody that is bullying you. I taught him strategies on how to handle it. You have to stand firm and you have to look at the person in the eye. Once you are able to gain, and you can imagine a child with autism trying to get the child to use eye contact, which is very, very difficult. So you can imagine the challenges he went through in secondary school. But hey, he's better off now doing what he loves to do most.
My name is Ekene Ogidi.
How old are you?
I am 19 years old.
Do you like your mommy?
Yes. Yes, I like your mommy.
I like my mommy.
Yes, I like my mommy.
What is the name of your school?
The name of my school is Patrick Speech and Languages Center, Ikeja.
Who is the governor of Lagos State?
The name of the teacher is Atilara and Okowele and Okobodifet and Atufubi.
Good. So who is the governor of Lagos State?
Atilara, governor of Lagos State. Aki will be Aboji.
This training is autism and adulthood, and the reason why we did that is because we started to get families, because the awareness has grown so much. Patrick's is actually 10 years this year, and the awareness has grown so much, and we decided that people coming to us at 17, 19, 36, where do we start? We need to know at what point where to start, where to even begin with that person. If it's a little child, it's easy because you know that there are some skills that the child would need as the child is growing up. But at 17, where do you start from? I mean, we're at 19, at 36, at 50. That's the oldest we've ever seen at the center, and it's real.
Those one between the age of 25 to 36, they are in my class as well, because I take that class on sex. The male, I take them in that area, and then it's very, very challenging. Very, 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 very challenging, because we have to get the pictures of everything. Whatever you explain, you must show them. They must link your picture with your word.
Do you remember we're talking about our verbs?
Yeah.
Okay. What's this girl doing?
Eating.
She's eating. Good, she's eating an orange. Well done, Bosse. What about this boy, Bosse? What's he doing?
A body.
He's brushing. Is he brushing his hair?
No.
What's he brushing?
Teeth.
He's brushing his teeth.
What's her name?
Auntie. Auntie.
Oh my God, Bosse, I'm not your friend again. Working at Patrick's has been good. It's really fantastic here because there's a lot of things in place to ensure that the children succeed. So in terms of trust, as with any other child really, before you do any kind of good work with them, you need to establish a relationship with them, you know, be nice to them, be patient with them, because the way they perceive the world is different from the way we do. So once you can just sort of be friendly with them, some of them are more friendly than others, like with other kids anyway, so just be nice, just be open, you know, they see that, oh, you know, I can talk with this person. I have to go the extra mile because you're trying to get them to do something that most of the times they don't want to do, and some of them do want to do it, so they're more trusting than others.
Every month we review a child's performance in Patrick. Then at the end of the term, we send a progress report. We call a parent for a meeting to look at what the child has done for the whole term. Then from there, what next to do.
What happens every term is that we have a training session where and autism is so wide. You have speech, you have behavior, you have sensory, you have physical activities, you have occupational therapy. It's so wide that you need to teach the parents all the skills. So we bring them together at the middle of every term. We take them through a training. We pick a topic, we take them through the training. Nutrition, very, very important, very vital. And we teach them the strategies they can use in the home environment to help these children get better.
The first thing for the parents to accept their child. If you don't accept it, you don't expect people from outside to accept it from you. Then you now open up. Tell people about what you are facing so that people can know what you are really dealing with, and they can now give you some advice or link you to one or two people that you can see.
You need to have your house organized in such a way that they know yes must be yes and your no must be no. Don't treat the child as if the child is special. All your children must be special to you.